Hello everyone, and welcome to another installation of Mocha Mondays. Welcome to Cafe Mocha with your host today, as always, your Scrapping Mocha Diva, Monico. So, today we're going to depart and do something a little bit different. I've been getting lots of ask around how I store my stamps and how do I, just kind of what my process is. So, you can see over here, I actually have my bin. I got this idea from Jennifer McGuire in terms of taking your stamps and things out of the individual packages and putting them into a system that is more compact, helps you to kind of flip through them very quickly, and but it also allows for cartridges or stamp sets like this that already comes in these thin boxes. This is from Amuse Studio. So I actually just put them in a section by themselves. So I'm just going to jump into it and show you what I'm using. So this is a clear fridge bin from, I think I got this one at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can find it at pretty much any store, with the Container Store as well. And I've even seen versions of this at like Home Goods and TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They may not be as large as this one. This one is the split. And it's just a perfect size to fit these pockets. The pockets that I primarily use are by Avery L. And these are the ones that Jennifer McGuire has also kind of reviewed these. I like them because they're really thick and very clear. They don't have adhesive on the flap right here. And actually I don't really use the flap to close it. What I do is I take it and I just tuck it in at the crease. And it makes it easier for me to slip in and out when I'm putting in a new stamp. Also, I cut these kind of cardstock sheets. These do not have to be, don't use a good cardstock. Just use something that is basically scrap or something that you can get at a, you know, in bulk at your regular copy store like Staples or Office Max, something like that. So that's what gives it some structure behind. And then I actually take the die, and here's actually one full set of, excuse me, I said dies, I mean stamps. And I just open the package and I slip the acrylic sheet in there. As is. Just like so. And it fits really nice for kind of your standard size ones. So then I take my label maker, which I absolutely love. This is the P-Touch by Brother, and it comes in handy. I love it. You can use it with the plug or you can use it with batteries, and I got this at I believe Office Max or Staples, one of the two. And then I just kind of take what is on the package that it came in. So if you can see that, I really just want to figure out, okay, well, where is it from? This is Studio Calico, and if there's any defining information in terms of like the stamp set number, anything like that. So I then take that and I'll show you one that is actually done. This is one for Inkadoo. Bring it a little bit closer, you can see it. Inkadinkadoo. And this is Girl Gathering, and it has a number on it, so I just put it there. So I just have a reference if I'm ever doing a card or using stamps on something that I want to put forth either on YouTube, or if I'm submitting something for a card swap or for some type of contest that you need to document what you're using. So this helps me to do that. So I've just cut a bunch of cardstock, as you can see, and the envelopes. So there's quite a few that I have just kind of floating around. One good thing about this storage bin, whenever I buy something, you guys know me, I'm always shopping, always being naughty, always buying something. What I tend to do is just to get them out of the bags, because trust me, I have stuff that I bought the same stamp, kid you not, three times, because I really like it and I could never find it, so I'm thinking I didn't have it. So what I've started to do is get them out of the bags and at least put them into the bin, and I just stick them in the package that they came in. Just stick them up front so I can remember, oh, these need to be filed. This is something I've bought recently and I really like this one. This is by Paper Studio, I believe. It is super, super cute. Yeah, Paper Smooches. There it is. You can see it. And this is the Apologies, or yeah, Apologies. So I would take this information here and just put it on the stamp. Sometimes if you can actually peel these off, usually really doesn't work on the acrylic that well, I will just put that on there and save me some tape on my little printer here. Now with the Close to My Heart stamps that come in these pouches, this is actually too bulky for me. I like something thinner, so what I would do with this is take this out, and I got this on sale. Someone's like a private seller. I don't even know where it was. I think it was, yeah, I got this set when I actually was going to buy like a slice of pizza at one of my local restaurants, and they have a dining room area. And as I walked past the door, I like saw people like scrapbooking, and I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I know I'm not belonging here, but what's going on? And so it's just a group of ladies that get together, and they use that kind of banquet space every couple of months just to come together and do a pretty big crop. So met some new friends, and you know, hey, I have no shame in my game when it comes to being nosy. So I would take this, I keep this little foam piece with this because it actually protects the bottom of the stamp and it keeps it from sticking. And to slide this in the pocket. Make sure you only got one sheet of cardstock, because sometimes I get excited and get more than one. Kind of just curve it and slide it down in there. See, it's a perfect fit. And then I just tuck it in. And actually, I prefer to keep the tuck in the back. Sorry about that. Let's crease it. And then store them this way. That way you don't have to wrestle with that every time. And let's say if I did have dies that match this, what I would do, I'd just slide them in the back of the pocket, and that way you can keep them together. Or any type of matching stencil or anything that might go with it. And just adjust it so I can see all of the stamps. Then the next part is when I just kind of think about where I want to actually store them, and kind of storing things by theme has been very helpful. I've actually been using the Totally Tiffany system. I'll do a video on that another day, and it just helps to keep like things together. Now, because I'm using the system, I prefer to keep my stamps here. So another thing that I'm doing as I get my stamps, I literally take the whole stamp, something if it's big enough, and put it on my big block here. I have this one that is a little bit slightly curved, but I have one that is also longer than this, a little narrower, but longer than this, that I use for my prima dolls. So let me just show you for comparison. So like this prima doll will not fit on this at all. With this big dress, I'm not sure she'll fit on my big one, but I'll show you that in a minute. With this, I would then just put it on there and take the entire piece here. And it's kind of interesting the way I found to do this. Basically, I take the whole piece, whole stamp, and I put my some tape on there with my glider, or I might use my sticky glue dots, and basically affix the flat part of the acrylic like this down on my block so it won't move. I ink up the entire thing, and static cling, look at that. I ink up the entire thing, and then I just take it on a scrap sheet of cardstock or even paper, and whoops, sorry, bumped the camera, and I just stamp it all together. So everything that's on that one stamp set, I have it. Then I kind of hand label it, and what I do is then I take that stamp sheet, and however many times I need to do it, and I put it in my Totally Tiffany scrap rack in the section that it corresponds to. So when I'm flipping through that section, let's say I wanted to do something nautical, and on here, as you can see, I'm going to put some white cardstock behind it, that might help, that you got a lot of different themes on here. There's an anchor on here for the nautical themes, just some other things, so like parties, sentiments, and things like that. There's a heart. So what I might do is, you know, just take that and, you know, either run it through my copier or scan it on my printer and print it out so I don't have to keep stamping it over and over and over again. And then put it in the section that I want it to correspond with. In this case, it would say like nautical or sea or under the water. And then just kind of circle it or highlight it so I know where it is and know what I've labeled it, so I can actually easily find it in my scrap rack. Excuse me, in my bin here that I'm using to store my stamps. So that's what we're doing with that. And just put this other stuff aside and put this back inside. That way, you know, it's kind of a real quick way to get that done. You don't have to do a whole lot of, you know, muss and fuss. It's just easier for me. And if there's other ways that you ladies have done it, or gentlemen out there, please feel free to share and leave a comment below with any other ideas that you have in terms of what works for you in your stamp storage. So, like I said, I just want to make sure I can see the entire stamp, so get that down in there. One good thing I like about the packages that come with the Close to My Heart stamps is that it has the information on the stamp already on here. So if you're careful, and this has like a little price tag over it, so hopefully I can peel it up without completely destroying my nail polish. Whoops! Wow, wouldn't you know? It got away! Of course. Oh, sorry about that. It fell all the way up under the table. Let's try that again. So just kind of peel that back. And if you don't want to ruin your nails, another thing that you can use is just use like the tip of your X-Acto knife and bring it a little bit closer. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. And just try to lift up that little edge. Actually, when I use my natural fingernails, it really isn't this hard. But, of course, I just got acrylics put on. And you can just get it up and roll this off. And if you're successful and you can peel it all in one piece, you can actually take it and just put this on your clear pocket. Of course, it's peeling. Well, you get the idea. I've done it with several of these. For instance, here. This is straight from the Close to My Heart, right off of it. It's a clear piece. And sometimes if it still is it like, if it isn't as sticky as it was when it was actually on the envelope pouch, then what I do is just take my ATG and just run a strip right across it, or you can use any type of adhesive or glue dots or whatever. And then I file them alphabetically, then numerically, as opposed to by name, because it's just easier to flip through it this way. And then I separate in my box out by the different types of stamps. So I have lots of Close to My Heart stamps. So let me pull this out. I actually cut up an old file folder and made it taller, a little bit taller than these, so it sticks up out of it. And I put my, you know, put the tape here with my brother just to tell me what the company is. And I have regular stamps with Close to My Heart, as opposed to the stamps that I actually have with them that go to some of the die cutting cartridges, such as the Cricut stamps that I can use specifically with Cricut. And that way I'm able to kind of separate them and know what I'm looking for without having to search everywhere. So that's kind of basically how I do it. Like I said, if you have another way, please, please, please leave a comment below. And this has been your Scrapping Mocha Diva, Monico. You all have a great day. Bye.